everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the Cecil Hotel. It's really creepy because it's said to have been haunted. There's been tons of murders there, and most notoriously is the Elisa Lam case. So if you guys are interested in this type of video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and let's get to it. First up, I just want to mention I have a new Invisalign tray that I just put in a little bit ago, like an hour or two. So if I sound a little stuttery or lispy, please don't judge me. It's just a new tray. So if you don't know what the Cecil Hotel is, it was built in the 1920s in California in the Los Angeles area, and it's most notoriously known for serial killers who have stayed there and all the killings and deaths surrounding this hotel. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, actually stayed there. The Black Dahlia has ties to it because she stayed there shortly before she was found dead. And this hotel was actually used as inspiration for an American Horror Story. In just the 1930s alone, 6 people have taken their own lives from this hotel. In 1964, Goldie Osgood was actually found dead in her hotel room. She was strangled, raped, and stabbed to death. The Night Stalker Ramirez actually lived on the 14th floor when he was doing his killings, where he killed at least 13 people that we know of. In 1991, a man named Outweger, he was believed to have killed 3 sex workers while staying at this hotel, and the reason he stayed at this hotel was believed to be to pay homage to Ramirez. In 1934, an army sergeant had taken his own life by slashing his own throat. And sadly, in 1944, Dorothy Purcell woke up in the middle of the night with really bad stomach pains, and she ended up giving birth to a baby boy, and she had no idea she was even pregnant to begin with. While she had given birth to the baby, she thought it was dead and she threw it out the window. Then in 1962, 65-year-old George Gianni was actually walking past the Cecil Hotel when he was struck to death by a falling woman who had taken her own life and jumped out of the 9th floor of the Cecil Hotel. So that's a little bit of the background of its past. So now I'm going to get into the notorious Elisa Lam. And I'm also going to insert some video surveillance footage of her because it's extremely weird and just something isn't right about it. She is just seen doing really strange things on camera, and the video speaks for itself. So of course you're going to have to tell me what you think. But Elisa Lam in 2013 was found dead and naked in the water tanks on the roof of the Cecil Hotel. She was missing for 3 weeks before they found her, and the reason that they found her is because a lot of the guests that were staying at this hotel were complaining that the water had a weird taste. Well, that's because there was a dead body in the water tanks for so long. That just makes me cringe thinking about that they were drinking this water. What's weird is that her clothes and all the items, her personal items, were floating next to her in the tank. And that's kind of strange because that makes me think someone threw them in there. I don't think she would be holding her clothes and her personal items before she took her life. That just doesn't make sense to me. And why would she jump butt naked? I don't know, it's weird. So when the autopsy came back, they ruled no physical trauma and that it was an accidental death. Now, when you look at the video footage, this is where it's really, really weird, and there's more to this story. I truly believe in my soul. She's in an elevator and she's acting really, really strange, and she's fidgeting and she's antsy. She looks like she's in a rush, and she's touching all of the elevator buttons, like trying to hit them so the door would close, but the door's not closing. She appears to be yelling or talking to someone, and she's acting really, really frantic. She's erratically moving her arms, and she just seems really off and like something's actually sincerely wrong. Some people say it could have been just a bipolar episode because she was on medication for it, but that's a little bit strange to me. There's tons of people across the world who have bipolar, and I just don't look at this video and think, wow, bipolar episode. That's not my first initial reaction. It looks like someone's around her, or she's trying to get away from someone or something. I don't know. Bipolar doesn't make me think of this. Let me know what you guys think though. I'm obviously not a doctor. People speculate, could it have been paranormal involvement? Could it be an entity or something of that sort, which I wouldn't put it past with all those people dying. And there's actually a lot of videos on Facebook or on YouTube that you could go and watch of people staying the night, and some really creepy, bizarre things happen. So honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if it was, but that's what you guys think. Not everyone believes in ghosts and spirits and things like that. Now, here's where it gets a little bit weird, because some people are like, how did she even get up the steps to the roof? Because you would need passcodes and security and things like that. But they say that the hotel's fire escape could have allowed her to bypass all of this, making it accessible for her to get up to the roof. And it said that the water tank lids were actually open at the time. Others asked as well how she could have gotten into the water tanks by herself, because they're 4 by 8 foot wide. And it said that hotel workers actually had to use a ladder just to get up there. Also protected by heavy lids that would be really, really difficult for someone to put them back on top from within inside of the water tank. A lot of people think somebody was pursuing her that had bad intentions. And of course, a lot of people speculated that maybe she was on illicit drugs, but when the toxicology report came back, it was nothing out of the ordinary. It was in her system, the medicine that she had been prescribed to for her bipolar. But a lot of people are wondering if it's very accurate, because she had sat in these water tanks so long, and possibly everything in her system had broken down a lot. So toxicology report isn't super accurate because she sat for so long. What's really weird though is the rape kit and the fingernail kit were never tested. Apparently there was a pooling of blood around her anus, and that's a sign of possibly something going on rape-wise. But then some analysts say that that could just be the body's natural way of bloating when you're decomposing. Now, it's really weird. After she had died, Tumblr, her Tumblr blog account, was still posting. Her cell phone was not found with her in her hotel room with any of her belongings that was found. It was just vanished. People assume that it was stolen, but I find that a little coincidental. You're caught on video running from someone, hiding from someone, and then you show up in this water tank that, one's really hard to get to, two, it's hard to throw yourself in by yourself, and then all of a sudden your phone just poof disappeared. It must have been stolen. I find that really just somebody did this to her. That is the case of Elisa Lam. I just feel like something was done to her. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think she did this herself? Like maybe she was having some sort of mental break, or do you think somebody did this to her? I think she was pursued and hunted down like an animal, and I think it's pretty apparent in the surveillance video. But I want to hear what you guys think. I love you so much. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you soon.